What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. Brother Devin has been doing a really good job sending me a lot of these TikTok feminists who appears to be African American going in on black men. And there's one lady in particular that will play her video shortly thereafter, and I'll talk about it. But this is a sister who was talking about, in so many words, if black men are dating non-black women, they are weak. They can't handle a strong black woman. You have little D energy, and some of the reasons that black men are dealing with non-black women is because the fact that we're looking for mothers and not girlfriends or wives. But I can only say so much of it. Let me go ahead and play the clip, and then I'll come back and let you decide for yourself.
Deal with what mess exactly? Because I said that a woman should not put her life on the back burner for a boyfriend. She should not cater to a man she's not guaranteed to be with. See, comments like this are proving my point. Y'all want mothers, not girlfriends. And you know you're not going to get it from us. So you go date other races to deal with your weak ass and your bullshit and think you're flexing on us. Baby, you could never pull a bitch like me anyway. So you don't have no choice but to go to the other side. And baby, y'all are not the only ones with options. I could walk outside right now and snag me a Tom, Dick, or a Hank, best believe, and he would cater to every need. Y'all think y'all flexing by saying shit like this. Oh, we date other races. Baby, best believe when we see you with that, we know exactly what it means. You could not handle a queen. And when people see my man with me, they know exactly what it means, baby. I stand for strength, power. He's an alpha. When you see a man with a black woman, know he has big energy. All right, he can handle this mouth and this ass. You're weak. You're a buster.
So you heard what she had to say. Guys, this is textbook. I think like African American shaming tactics from the female side of our community, and this kind of slick version of feminism that we see in the African American community. And so you saw a brother that had said, this is the reason why you're the kind of woman that is the reason why I date outside of the race. And she shot back with, well, you guys go over here because you're weak. You can't handle a strong black woman. And if I wanted to deal with any other race of men, he would gladly do what I say, and if a man is with me, he can handle this mouth and this behind. And to be honest, knowing what I know, obviously there's some women in our community that talk like this. There's many that don't, but I think that, the person with the biggest mics gets all the voices. And so when we hear this, it's sort of like this is a stereotype that a lot of sisters have. And there's not I wouldn't say like most of them, but there's enough. Here's my situation with this. Why is it that anybody needs to be able to handle that mouth? All right. Like, let's just be clear about it. Do you want to handle some black man's mouth? Do you want to handle some black man's attitude just because he has a nice D? No. No person wants to handle a bad attitude or handle somebody that talks a lot of trash, especially somebody you live with or want to have a relationship with. No man in their right mind wants to put up with that. No woman wants to put up with that. The situation is that some women want a man to put up with that. And it doesn't make any sense. You not changing who you are to deal with some guys to deal with you, that's not really being strong. Being strong is not talking trash or being belligerent or talking back. Being strong is actually doing some things that you don't want to do in order to make it work. Okay? Like, for an example, when I went to Uganda last year, I was there for 11 months. Okay? I had to carry, I built a PC. I was out there getting bit by malaria, getting killed every day almost, it seems like. And I didn't want to be there the whole time, to be honest. But I had a job to do, right? I've been in Poland. I have a job to do. There's many people, even women, right? There's women who are doing things that they don't want to do, but they do it because bills have to be paid, or they're in a relationship with a person that things are not working out all the time, but they sacrifice for things to work. That's being strong. You know, there are a lot of men and women who are in the military. They're sacrificing themselves for the benefit and protection of the country. Those are people who are strong. But it's people who have a recalcitrant attitude and believe that because you have a recalcitrant attitude and you're being an asshole, that makes you strong. It doesn't make you strong. It makes you somebody that nobody wants to be around. You know? And this whole idea that, you know, you can't handle a queen. What makes a woman a queen? That just because she's a woman, because she's from our community, that doesn't make a woman a queen. Just like it doesn't make a man a king because he's black, or a man is a king because he's an African American. Titles, royalties are earned through your work. Okay? Now let me talk about this. You're looking for mothers and not girlfriends. I really don't think that's the case. I think a lot of black men are willing to contribute to the relationships. I think what we're seeing from a lot of modern sisters is the fact that, in my opinion, this is going to sound offensive, you're looking for providers while you don't have to do things that traditional women do. I think that's more or less the case. Okay? I think what guys are looking for in the black community, whether they're looking at dealing with black women, or they're looking at dealing with white women, or they're looking at dealing with whoever else, they're looking for women who want to contribute equally. Okay? So if you don't want to do that, if you have a problem with, you know, your tonality, or if you have a problem with how you're saying things, and I'm not saying that all black women are like this, because you have black women in the African American community that are not like her. I'll be honest, we just don't highlight them enough. You have black women you have white women in certain communities that are exactly like her, and they're never highlighted. All right, so we do have women in our community who are not like her. So I will admit to that. But the reality is that what happens is a lot of brothers, when they see somebody like this, and they come across it like 3 or 4 or 5 times, they're like, okay, so I had enough, right? Let me go out here and check out such and such person, because this person has really ruined it for everybody else. Like, I've been through it enough. And you have somebody here that is really kind of exaggerating who they are. I mean, you look okay, but it's not like, you know, you're so great or you're so special that a man should be chasing you. I mean, you said that a man will do everything for you. What is it? Why? Why is it? What is it about you that a man should do something for? You know, it's just talking out the side of your neck, talking about nothing. And that tends to happen a lot in our black community, where you have ladies who, you know, are just talking a good game or talking a lot, not really saying anything. And we all know what happens with people like this. They end up single, they end up to be single moms, they end up very bitter. The reality is that no man with his weight in gold, I don't care what color he is, will put up with some woman like that. In my honest opinion, she is relatively attractive, I'll give her that. But that mouth, that attitude towards somebody, and then a brother would have to come in and have to like deal with that and try to tame somebody and try to do that. Who has time for that? No productive man wants to be putting up with that. Like, name me one successful black man that we know in the public has a girlfriend like her. Only on a Hip Hop Housewives or Housewives of Atlanta, because nobody in their right mind is going to deal with that. Not nobody successful. I mean, what millionaire you will see that will act like nobody will even be attracted to her. And she's not a bad looking woman or anything. She's a good looking woman. It's just that attitude is just like, oh, okay, so you're like that, I'm not even going to talk to you. Like, why even waste my time? So guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again for another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I really appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe, hit the bell, check out the first comment at the top. And as you know, the buffoonery remains at all-time high. I'm out.